In this video, we will be discussing how learning happens in the brain. The human brain has approximately 86 billion neurons, which are the functional cellular unit of the brain. Each neuron can have up to 10,000 connections, meaning there are nearly a quadrillion connections in the brain. What this means is that the brain has an extremely high capacity for learning. Everyone is unique, and while every learner is an individual, we all learn the same way at the cellular level. The fundamental way in which neurons are stimulated, communicate, and wire together is the same in all humans. Our brains are not static, but instead they are plastic or changeable. Every time we learn something new, our brains change and form new connections. Existing connections in the brain can be strengthened by use or weakened by disuse. We call this neuroplasticity. The brain is constantly receiving sensory data from both internal and external sources. The data is processed and then sent to the hippocampus, which is our working or short-term memory storage. The hippocampus only transfers important data to the prefrontal cortex for long-term memory storage. This is called a memory trace. Unimportant or useless data is disposed of, which is why you do not remember every detail of every day. It is important, therefore, to realize that what you deem as important by engaging with the material or skill will be kept, and what you do not engage with will be lost. As mentioned previously, neurons form communication networks with up to 10,000 other neurons. Communication occurs when a neuron is stimulated and fires an electrochemical signal called an action potential down its axon. There is one axon per neuron. Information is received through tiny projections called dendrites. There can be thousands of these tiny projections per neuron. In the image on the right side of the screen, you will observe the myelin sheath. This myelin sheath is made of a fatty substance and acts like insulation around electrical wires. The myelin allows for faster and more efficient signal transmission from the neuron down the axon to its target. The thicker the myelin sheath, the faster the transmission of the signal. The loss of myelination is a common feature of neurodegenerative disease. How do you strengthen memories and access them more quickly? Through consistent study and practice, you will repeatedly stimulate the neural networks associated with that information or skill. This results in physiological and anatomical changes to the neural networks, including a lower activation threshold for signal transmission, a larger response from the target cell, and increased myelin thickness in the neurons involved. This leads to improved signal conduction and enhances the recall of learned information. Enhancing neural signal conduction, and thus making information faster and easier to access, is akin to strengthening skeletal muscle. You cannot work out just one time and expect to see improvements in muscle tone, strength, and size. It requires regular practice to make improvements. The same is true for neural networks. The knowledge and skills that are used regularly and practiced often become a more permanent part of memory and will be readily available when you need them, even if it is weeks, months, or years later. As stated previously, a learner's brain is plastic and constantly changing. With each new experience, new neural connections are formed. When used often, these connections grow stronger, while unused connections will be pruned away. The old adage of use it or lose it applies directly to learning in the brain. Sleep is a vital part of new memory formation. Without proper sleep, it is difficult or even impossible to form new memories. During sleep, the brain makes thousands of decisions on what new sensory information from the previous day to keep and what to prune away. A learner, through practice, elaboration, and the application of new material, sends a message to the brain to keep this new material. You have deemed this new material important. Without this message from practice and use, the brain will prune away the new unimportant information. Here is an overview of the main points in this video. The brain has nearly 1 quadrillion connections. One's ability to learn is near limitless. The brain is plastic. Consistent practice changes the brain and improves recall. Use it or lose it. Quality sleep is vital to learning. We hope you found this information helpful. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe to our channel. For additional details regarding the services we offer, please explore our website at www.learnercenteredtutoring.com. You can reach us via email at admin@learnercenteredtutoring.com or by phone at 231-466-0715. Book your complimentary consultation today.